Hello and welcome to Bell Peppers and Beef, a Cowboy Bebop podcast. This week we're talking about Session 7, Heavy Metal Queen. I'm Paul.
And Justin.
And Dave. And of course, with heavy metal, you gotta have the headbanging! Because most of the music from this has been awesome.
Yes, that J-metal.
Mm.
And, I think I had like a note that said like J-metal goodness in some like sarcastic quotations.
Alright, Dave, why don't you tell everybody what happened in this episode?
No worries. To get things started, we're introduced to the partial characters within the story by the names of VT and her cat, Zero. Just coming back from a typical job of trucking in the giant expanse of space. Of course, where Bebop decides to come in is supposedly there's a bounty looking for a guy by the name of Decker, who the only info that anyone's bothered getting is that he has a dragon tattoo. Sadly, Spike and Jet aren't having that much luck, and Faye takes her own methods of trying to find him.
Well, basically she ends up going to this rather weird...
It's called Woody's. It's like a family restaurant or something.
Pretty much.
Very shitty restaurant.
Very, very true. It looks like she might have found the guy, but as it turns out, not so much, since it turns out Decker's a little bit of a nerd.
Well, basically, they thought this guy with a tattoo would be this big muscly guy, and then...
Muscly?
I'm using that word. And, this one guy had like a tattoo right on his chest that almost resembled a dragon.
Until we find out what it actually is.
Which supposedly... He loves eels.
Okay, I have a question. Is it supposed to be a surprise that it's not the big muscly guy? Because that was pretty fucking obvious.
I suppose. The one particular thing that crossed my mind was, is there a supposed thing in Japanese culture about eels that I thought, I probably shouldn't bother diving further into that question.
Yeah, no. Never Google Japanese and anything remotely phallic. That is a recipe for horribleness.
Yeah, true. It is the internet. So, Spike tries his methods and gets himself to a bar, but, of course, being Spike, a fight is bound to break out in some sort of capacity.
And he's just getting over a hangover.
He's just tried to make himself a prairie oyster.
He gets in a fight because he's pissed that somebody made him spill an egg.
Dude, you'd be flippin' pissed if you had got an egg spilt on you.
Well, not that pissed.
He's been yoked.
And you were... Nice.
What a fucking yoker.
Yokes on him.
How many more of these jokes can we make? Anyway, right. What happens next, Dave?
Well, we sort of find out the reason why this Decker guy has a bounty. Turns out he got his hands on a decent amount of explosives. And nobody really wants to find out what he plans on using those explosives for. So, bounty on his head. Faye does her typical methods of trying to catch the guy, but sadly it results in totaling her ship.
Yep, that little capsule just kind of destroyed her ship. Oh well.
And of course, you gotta love the scenes where Ein gets involved in the episode, where Jet tries to feed him bean sprouts. And seriously, I had the same sort of expression that Ein had. It's like, dude, seriously? This is not dog food, dude. Hey, if there's anything involving Ein in any of the episodes, I'm going to talk about it.
Okay, what happens next?
So, it was shown at the start of the episode, but supposedly with our VT character, there's a game that people play where they try to figure out what VT's name actually is. Anyone that guesses right gets a nice wad of cash she's been saving. If not, the money goes into the wad to see if they can win it. And she has saved up quite a decent bit. Sadly, from the bar fight that Spike got himself caught up in, it also succeeded in getting his ship graffitied and totaled.
Well, yeah. But also, he kind of wanted to keep, keep it a secret that he was a bounty hunter as well from VT.
No.
And then
True.
when Jet calls Spike about a bounty or whatever, that's when it kind of, just kind of breaks it off
cover
with
got
her
blown.
completely. Just
Also,
shut
the fact that Mildred, the
up, Jet.
waitress at the bar, decided to let him know about that. Just him.
No, I just told you just now.
And of course, after the discussion with VT finding out Spike was a bounty hunter, she turns to find that Spike was looking for a ride to actually get him to his bounty.
Yeah, and before this, she mentioned that her husband was a bounty hunter. No, sorry. She mentioned that she was married and her husband's dead, and she doesn't like bounty hunters. And everybody should figure out, gee, I wonder what her husband did.
Then,
So fucking obvious.
and when it comes to if you're searching for a particular person, truckers turn out to be a decent sort of person to go to. They're pretty much connected with the radio to get information on where everything is, and Bebop uses it to their advantage to find out where Decker is. So, with VT and Zero in tow, they head off to see if they can find him, and of course, we have a trucker chase.
Yep, and then they go into this, they basically both fly into this, really explosive mine of places.
Yeah.
Not the best place to go for
Yeah,
a
most
chase
assuredly.
with explosives in the...
Yeah, what can you do? Except watch I did Zero Gravity! Oh my gosh, it was so cute! So, with the trucker chase going on and the explosives in Decker's hands, something of course went wrong and Decker managed to get himself killed.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So,
loss of that
another bounty lost on the list.
So they really suck at being bounty hunters.
Oh, but
Yes.
wait, somebody has money. Maybe they can, save the chick who's stuck in the mine and get that wad of cash somehow.
They still really suck at being bounty hunters.
Yeah. But then, of course, the one particular scene comes up where Spike shows off his amazing anti-grav trick.
Okay, I don't get why this happens.
Exactly!
So I'm not the only one who thinks this is fucking pointless.
Exactly! Like, on the one hand, I can vaguely understand why he supposedly nears earplugs while jumping into space without any sort of particular protection. But aside from your eardrums being protected, your eyes, nostrils, mouth, and every other specific orifice that's not particularly protected is not protected while you're out in the vacuum of space!
Yeah, but why does he even leave a ship? Like, that was not clear. At least to me. He just fucking wanted to? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
No,
that
there was a
circus
reason.
act?
Specifics of what it was escapes me.
Okay, so this is the inherent problem I have, is they never make anything fucking clear.
I think it was the case that they needed to detach from something to get something... Spike was going to use his escape pod on his ship with one of Decker's explosions to open a way to get out of the meteorite.
Okay, well I didn't think that was clear at all. Alright, let's
They
go with it.
explained the plan.
When? I don't remember any explanation.
When everything was collapsed and they're stuck in there with all the explosions inside of this giant meteor, they start discussing plans on how the fuck they're going to save their skids.
They discussed it with the heavy metal playing. I don't know.
Yeah, that also probably would have been a thing. Heavy metal plays a lot in this episode.
Yep, it does.
Alright, what happens next?
Spike figures out what VT means.
Because he looked at a pocket watch thing or locklet.
Yeah, who really fucking knows? It doesn't make any sense, and I hate it.
Did you guys bother to catch it?
Oh, I don't remember her name. It's like Victoria something?
Victoria Trasove.
Okay.
Russian last name. It was weird.
Alrighty, what happens after that, Dave?
Well, VT, to her credit, decides to give him the wad. Instead, he takes his $100 back, gives it back to her, and tells her to get a bunch of prairie oysters ready for her husband in heaven. And then the episode ends.
Yeah, you could have took the wad of cash.
Could have, but didn't.
You know, to pay for all the damages done to a ship and the other ship. And
Again, he could have, but didn't.
because they failed at the bounty.
Yeah,
He
you know
could
that
have,
whole...
but didn't.
Yeah, but you need to eat, and Spike, you're an idiot. Like, take the money.
He could have, but he didn't.
Yeah, so he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
No, he has his own way of thinking as it sits.
Okay, well that's one
He has a
interpretation.
weird moral code of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Justin, do you have anything else to add for this episode?
Not terribly.
David?
Also, ridiculously cute-eyed moments. Also, zero moments, because the kitty was awesome.
Okay. So, Justin, what is your score for this episode? Out of 10. Even though you won't give a score out of 10 because you're an asshole.
I give it a...
This isn't that difficult of a question, Justin.
Yes, it is. It's difficult because I don't give scores. Except the one time. But that doesn't matter. I give it an electric guitar smashing to the ground out of 10. Meaning, it's smashing.
The good smashing, or that you should smash this episode?
No, don't smash the episode. It's okay.
No. I definitely hear ya. Definitely as it sits with me, I definitely put this within the great episodes. Ones that I really like watching over again to find little minute details. Critically, though, actually sort of looking at the episode, it would most likely be good. But as it sits with me, it's a great.
It's not without its flaws, of course.
Very true.
Okay, let's talk about flaws.
You're a flaw.
Yes, well, that's not really relevant to the conversation, but... Okay. I have problems. And maybe this is just a problem I'm going to have with the entire series.
Meh.
I fully admit that. I fully admit the bias that I prefer a serialized approach to storytelling. The fuck was the point of this?
Group dynamics.
Okay. What is revealed about any of the main characters that is important going forward in the storyline?
Spike's ideals. How Jet works with specific plans of bounties. How Faye works with specific things of bounties. And of course, Ein. Just being adorable and cute. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so Ein isn't a plot point.
No.
You shut your mouth. Also be patient.
Mine isn't really a plot point, though. That's...
Yeah, Ein being adorable is not a plot point. I'm not going to argue with the fact, but it's not a plot point.
Yes, cuteness is not a plot point. No matter what it is in a series, it's not a plot point.
Except that one particular form of anime series, but we won't touch on that for Paul's sake.
Oh,
Don't
please
touch upon that for me either.
Okay.
Okay. My problem is this is a 25 fucking minute episode. Roughly.
Yeah.
Talking.
Yeah.
Yes, 25 fucking minutes, Justin.
Block.
And nothing fucking happens. Oh my god, I was bored out of my mind.
You mean besides the fact that there were truckers, a bounty, Faye failing, several different explosions, a chase scene,
Okay.
and an escape from an exploding
I have a question.
asteroid?
Does there need to be, like, specific exposition that needs to happen every episode?
Yes, that's how storytelling fucking works. Or if you're not going to do that, I can handle if your television show is going to be episodic, as long as I care. As long as I care, A, about the story, and B, about the characters. I'm given no reason to care about these characters. They haven't revealed anything. With the exception of Spike, him being the only character I actually remotely interested in. We don't know jack about Jet. We don't really know anything about Faye. Why should I care about any of them? We're 9 episodes in. This is fucking ridiculous. Or sorry, 7 episodes.
So you think that having a bit more specific information about everyone to make you feel and care about these characters would supposedly make things better
Yes.
if it came sooner rather than later?
Yes, that should be the first couple of episodes to hook the viewer not dole it out slowly. Give me a reason to care about Jet, because he hasn't had an episode dedicated to him, or really any information given about him as a character. I find it frustrating.
Duly noted.
Well, you'll probably like that episode when that time comes.
I probably will, because any of the character-specific episodes I tend to like.
Blah.
Right.
Alrighty. Any last-minute thoughts, Justin? Dave?
Oh my gosh, Hyde and Anti-Gravity is so cute!
And that's the plot point of this episode.
Alright, I'm Paul.
Justin.
And Dave.